Good morning, chemist in Japan de gozaimasu. Well, I just watched Gakuranman's video here, and I felt like I should make a response. And again, I apologize for the direct cam, but it's the only way it's going to get done. Um, this whole point about overtime, I've heard before, apparently as you have from other gaijin that they don't like the prospect of working the same amount of overtime as perhaps a Japanese person would. And um, and there have been times in the past when I've even felt that gaijin have taken advantage of their gaijin status to get out of overtime. And again, that's just my opinion. It may not have been true, but it's my opinion from what I observed. Um, but the concept of you know, looking at it from the other way around, I've heard from Japanese people that I know that they might feel that um, gaijin would not work the necessary overtime, the required overtime, um, which kind of worries me. I wanted to get into graduate school in Japan, and I've come to discover that other fields of study seem to be different from chemistry. In chemistry, when you're a graduate student, you're expected to work a lot. Even in the U.S., you're supposed to work all the time. Some professors even require 60 to 80 hours per week in working in the lab doing research. Um, Even my advisor here, when he has not come out and said it, but I believe that he feels that when we're not sleeping or eating or using the restroom, then we should be doing research all the time. And perhaps if we could find a way to do research while sleeping, then that would be good too. They want work all the time and a lot of work, and and that's here in the U.S. And I got in touch with a person in Japan who's a grad student in chemistry, and he told me I asked him about what hours is he expected to work, and he told me that I had to get his email to get it exactly, but it was quite a few hours. From like 9 a.m. to 7 or 8 in the evening, Monday through Friday, and then on Saturday, like 9 to 5, and then you get Sunday off. But then most people end up working Sunday, he said. So, you know, I have this kind of fear that if I try to apply for graduate school in Japan, I've gotten all kinds of opinions from you shouldn't have a problem, I shouldn't have a problem of getting in, um, to Japanese graduate students, like foreign students, to a Japanese university wouldn't take a foreign graduate student. I've gotten all kinds of opinions on it. But one of the things that does worry me is, what if there's a professor that I like, and I like his research, and I want to work on that research, and I, try to get a spot in his group, but he feels that by taking on a foreign student, they may not have the same work ethic, I guess, as a Japanese student, where, you know, they wouldn't want to work as many hours. I have that fear of being seen like that. And so hopefully I can convince my advisor here now to write in my recommendation letter that I work 24 hours a day, something like that. Um, but I really fear being seen as a foreigner that doesn't like to work or won't put in a lot of hours. I'm very dedicated to my work here, and of course, if I go somewhere else and work on projects that I enjoy, then I'll be just as dedicated there, if not more so. Because at least in the world of chemistry, the more you put into your research, the more you get out of it in the end. Because it's about education. You're, we're here to do research and get an education, and we get our education through our research. Of course, classes too, but through our research, we get education and experience that will allow us to become professors or become research scientists in industry and make contributions. That's our education. So the more you put in, the more you get out. And I think many people in the US, possibly, I'm not sure how Japanese people feel, but I think many people in industry and business here think that, you know, they work their 8 hours and they get paid for it. And then outside of those 8 hours a day, the company needs to leave them the heck alone. Um, so I don't know. It's an interesting topic, but at least on the overtime part, I don't want us to be seen as a foreigner that is scared to work or will reject that aspect of the culture because um, I really want to go to uh, grad school in Japan and I'm willing to prove it through my work. So, but it's an interesting point you brought up, and I felt that I should at least express that part of my opinion. Alrighty, thanks for watching.